Ogbogu and stole his 5-year-old child, identified as Chigoziri Ogbogu, in Igul Cement area of Trans-Calabari Road in Rubulumeni, Obiapo local government area on October 25, 2018. But Beatrice Ogunga absconded after she was granted bail by the police. Presiding Judge, Justice Sika Henry Aprioku, in his judgment, said evidence by the prosecution counsel proved that Promise Thompson took the boy to Abia State and sold him to his syndicate, who also sold the boy to another syndicate. Justice Henry Aprioku also convicted and sentenced one Queen Chisholm Lockie to 7 years imprisonment, while her husband, Mr. Lockie, got a 10-year sentence for child theft for buying Chigoziri Ogbogu from Promise Thompson, whom they later sold. It is the major news on Nigeria Info Hereford Harcourt. A quick break. We'll return with the rest of the bulletin shortly. Do please stay tuned. Info. The chairman of Ogba Egbema Ndoni local government area, Vincent Job, has congratulated Governor-elect Siminalayi Fubara, his deputy Professor Ngozi Idma Odu, the House of Assembly candidates for Onelga constituencies 1 and 2, Dr. Franklin Nwabuchi and Nkemjika Ezekwe, on their victory at the just concluded governorship and state assembly elections. A statement by the Chief Press Secretary of the Council, Ndu Ajit, described their victory as well-deserved, following the candidates' pedigree and track record. The Onega Council boss also thanked the DG of the PDP Campaign Council in Rivers State, Felix Eboa, State Chairman of the PDP, Desmond Akao, and the Chairman of Onega PDP Campaign Council, Honorable Nathaniel Owaji, for adopting a very robust and formidable structure as well as workable strategies across the 23 local government areas, which has largely paid off through a landslide victory of the party. The statement also thanked security agencies, INEC officials and the media for providing a conducive atmosphere for a smooth and seamless exercise across the local government. The chairman, however, urged the winners to be magnanimous in victory and prepare for the task of governance. The statement further called on aggrieved persons to sheath their swords and work for the progress of the local government to get more dividends of democracy. And the family of late taxi driver Simeon Ihuarulam, who died after an altercation with an official of the River State Task Force at the Rumokoro axis of Port Harcourt, said they are yet to get any response from the state government 1 week after his death. In an interview with our correspondent, brother to the late driver, Emeka Ibe, said no word has been heard from either the state or local government authorities.
2 days ago, they called me and said that nothing for them to eat. And myself, nothing I'm doing to back them up. And I have not have any good response from me. I have not got assurance yet in anyone.
The death of Simeon Ihuarulam, a taxi driver, on the 13th of March 2023 after an altercation with an official of the task force sparked protest in parts of the city, and thereafter officials from Obiakpo Council encouraged the commercial drivers to set up a committee to look into the deaths of their colleague and help resolve the issues.
And now the business news.
Some petty traders in Marawan Market say they have recorded slight sales improvement following the circulation of both the old and new Naira notes in the state. Our correspondent who visited the Marawan Market reports that there has been a reduction in the price of some foodstuff in the market. Some of the traders spoke to our correspondent.
They are doing transfer, but it's lesser than that time. Now we are touching cash. Today I have sold a lot, but that if nobody is looking at my market.
They come down now because market they done.
I want cash to be everywhere. They should help us and make things cheap for us. And even if they buy something 500, they'll ask us, do you have POS? How can I transfer? So we don't want it that way. We want the cash to circulate so that it will be the way it was before.
It better pass before, but we are not seeing anything. Nothing don't improve. So we are begging government, we business people, we are begging, let them release our money so that we use it and do our business.
Our correspondent reports that a cup of foreign rice reduced to 270 naira from 300 naira, while a cup of local rice reduced to 230 from 250 naira. A bottle of groundnut oil reduced to 1,500 naira from 1,600 naira. A bottle of red oil reduced to 1,200 naira from 1,600 naira. And a crate of eggs reduced to 2,600 naira from 2,800 naira. A custard rubber of fresh tomatoes also rose to 2,500 naira from 2,300, while a half a rubber of fresh tomatoes rose to 1,200 from the initial price of 800 naira. Elsewhere, the Monetary Policy Committee of the CBN has voted to increase the benchmark interest rate by 50 basis points to 18%. CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele disclosed this while reading the communique of the second MPC meeting of the year today. Emefiele spoke on the impact of the Naira redesign policy with a charge on financial institutions to improve on their online transaction platforms.
However, noted that redesign and cash withdrawal policies have resulted in a sizable reduction in currency outside the bank, indicating expected improvement in the potency of monetary policy tools. Members, however, remain aware of the ongoing challenges associated with the limits imposed on cash withdrawals in the face of frequent downtime in bank electronic transaction channels. Committee thus called on the other depository corporations, online payment platforms to ensure that the prevailing incidence of network failure is overcome in the immediate and short term.
Take it away with the entertainment news.
International Afrobeat star Davido has announced 31st of March as date for the release of his highly anticipated album, Timeless. Timeless will be his fourth studio album.
And now, updates on the sports news.
Dion Igalo has been named in the Saudi Professional Football League Team of the Week. Ghana was on target in Al Hilal's 3-0 home win against Ettifaq last weekend.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world. And now, updates on the sports news.
And former British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has accepted that he misled Parliament over lockdown parties at number 10 Downing Street during the pandemic, but says he did not do so intentionally or recklessly. And that's it on the news this evening. You heard Governor Wike has defended PDP's victory at governorship and state assembly elections. SDP governorship candidate in Rivers State, Magnus Abe, has tonight congratulating Sim Fubara. Stakeholders in Rivers State have spoken on their expectations from the governor-elect Sim Fubara. And President-elect Bola Tinubu has condemned cases of infractions, ethnic slurs and violence after 2023 general elections. Court in Port Harcourt has sentenced one Promise Thompson to death by hanging for armed robbery and child theft. On the foreign scene, former British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has admitted misleading Parliament over lockdown parties. And that was the news as edited by Onyeka Chinbosu. Cloudy weather expected in Port Harcourt this evening. And peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. Well, thanks for listening. I'm Adid Dayo, Ilushakin. Good evening.